Alrighty, so I did this eye off camera just to make sure that it was going to look how I wanted it. And we're going to do this eye. And we're going to get going because there is Shark Week for me to get caught up on. Very important. So the first color we are going to go in with is Voom out of this 15N Morphe Night Master palette right here. And we're going to put that on a fluffy blending brush. I am using the M441 like normal. And we're going to buff this into the crease as our first transition shade. So the next color that we will be going in with is from that same palette, and we are going to be using this color called Cliche, which is kind of a purpley pinky color, I guess. And we're going to be going in with the Morphe M433 brush, which is a little more precise than that previous brush we just used. As normal, I am going to go in with my Morphe M441 brush again just to blend out all these edges. So the next color that we are going in with is this color from Makeup Forever, and it is M928. And now we blend. Alright. Now we're going to take another color, and this is called Deep Damson by MAC. It's a really deep dark purple. And we're going to put this in the outer corner and the crease. I'm going to start putting stuff in this outer corner now because I want to start darkening up that outer corner, and we're not going to be using any black, and I want it to make sure that outer corner is dark. So just put it into your crease, pack it on, but also bring it up into your crease as we've been doing from outer corner to inner corner, because we're going to get a lot darker than this. And we blend, Clarice. I just watched Silence of the Lambs the other day. It's a classic. So the next color that I am going to be using is called Aphrodite by Makeup Geek. So take that same Morphe M433 brush and pack that on the outer corner. The next color we are going to put in the outer corner is again from the Morphe from the Morphe 15N Night Master palette again. And we are going in with this color right here called Scene. And then I'm going to go back in with that Aphrodite color. Back on top of it, I kind of went back and forth and mixed the Scene color and the Aphrodite color together. Alright, so next we are going to take a little bit of concealer, and we're going to put that onto some of the main lid so that when we put on our lid color, it will pop a little bit more. So don't need to put a ton. I am using an e.l.f. concealer brush to do this. Any flat concealer brush will work. And you're going to pat that starting in the inner, well, go to the inner corner. And I start out with a little bit because if you put too much, you could, it could easily get away from you. And you could end up where you don't want to go. And I'm not going to go too high up into the crease because I want purple to show. as you can see in my other eye. So on the lid, we are going to put a silver color. This is from one of Sephora's Colorful Five eyeshadows that you can get from their store. And it's got this pretty silver in it that I've used a couple times. And it's this guy right here. I don't know if they still have this little palette. Finding a foily, glittery silver color is not hard. I'm going to put that on my lid using the MAC 239 brush, and it is slightly dampened. We're going to pat that everywhere that you put the concealer on your lid. I'm going to go back in with that Morphe M433 brush, and I am going to go back in to the outer corner to make sure that the edges that I have with the silver and the purple blend together. I don't have any extra product on this brush, it's just what's left over from what we used before. And you just want to make sure that you have a smooth transition from that silver to purple. I'm using this Luxie 215 angled brush, and I am going to take the color Corrupt by Makeup Geek, and on this angled brush right here, and line our upper waterline slightly with it. And we're going to mix the Aphrodite color from Makeup Geek and this Scene color from the Morphe palette together. Just put that on the angled brush and put that on top of the black that you just did. I'm going to go in with this Urban Decay Heavy Metal, but it's called Glam Rock. And we're going to put that on top of everywhere we put the silver, just to give it a little sparkle. Next, we are going to go in with the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara in black. I think it's the only color that they have. And we're going to coat our top lashes. The lashes that we are going to go in with today are by Velour, and they are called Girl You Crazy. Using the duo eyelash glue that I always use, just going to put that on the band of these lashes. Now we take the shield off to see the perfection that line creates. And just take a white makeup wipe to wipe up any fallout that you may have on your face. Alright, so I have zoomed you out, and we are going to start on the face. First, we are going to go in with the Benefit, the Professional Matte Rescue Gel that I tend to use a lot in these humid summers. And we are just going to put that everywhere on our T-zone, including my entire forehead. So we're gonna go in with our primer, and I'm using the classic Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. Next we are going in with the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector that I always use in light medium. But we're just going to put this on our under eyes and the brown spots that I have on my forehead. So the concealer that I'm going to use on my face today is the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer. And if you've seen my last 2 videos, you know about the struggles that I dealt with on this concealer right here. When they say that it's waterproof, they are not kidding. And that's good news for oily people who, you know, are oily. And it's good news if you have to be outside and you might be sweating a little bit. I wasn't sure if I liked the finish at first. Even though I knew it stayed on well, I wasn't sure I was crazy about the finish. But once it's been on your face and it sort of melts into your skin a little bit, it does look really good and it stays on really well. I am going to be blending out all of this with my damp beauty blender. Not a beauty blender at all. I'm going to be blending all this out with my damp Real Techniques sponge. Just from the time that I was explaining to you about this sponge, this had already dried to a point where it was difficult to blend out. So talking to you after I put it on my face was too much. So I'm not going to be talking to you for the rest of the time that I put this on my face. You'll see where I put it. So that is a true race against time right there. It's fun. Alright, so I have some serious breakouts, as you can see. I have been very stressed out for the last 2 or 3 months at least. And my skin is showing it. It's not cute. So I'm going to go over all of the spots that I am really broke out. And you put the concealer just right on the spot that you need. And you take your brush and you pat. Like, don't swipe because you're going to get the same problem. Like, you want to pat the product right there. And you don't want to use too much because you'll start to get cakey sort of around the breakout. And that's going to bring attention to your breakout as well. And that's exactly what you're trying to avoid in the first place. So today I am going to be using the RCMA translucent setting powder, and I'm going to put that on my face using the damp Real Techniques sponge. And I'm just going to put it all over the perimeters and my forehead and my nose. So we're going to go in on the eyebrows, and I am using the Brow Stylist Definer by Loreal, and I'm going in with light brunette. So we are now going to finish the eyes. And I'm going to go in with the first color that we used, called Voom from the Nightmaster palette. And I'm going to be taking the Sigma Flat Definer Brush, number E15, to do this. So just gonna go from the outer corner, tight to your going from the inner corner to your outer corner, hugging your lash line. Next, we're gonna go in with this color called Cliche. Going in with this Makeup Forever M928 purple shadow underneath of our eyes. Now going in with the color from MAC called Deep Damson. And now we are going to take a combination of the Aphrodite from Makeup Geek's Cosmetics and the color called Scene from the Nightmaster palette. We're going to combine those two colors on the brush, and we're going to put those on the outer the outer corner underneath here, like we're doing, but we're not going to go all the way to the inner corner. Next, I'm going to take my Morphe E18 brush, and we are now going to blend all of these edges together. So I got this eyeliner from Sugar from my last month's Ipsy bag, and it's a dark purple. It's called Stroke of Genius Heavy Duty Kohl. So that is actually a really, really pretty color, and I think that that looks really good with the purple that I have under my eyes, and it's very creamy and it's a very nice eyeliner. I really like this. So we're going to stick with this color on my bottom waterline. We are still going to tightline our upper lash line with the black, and I'm using the Marc Jacobs black eyeliner, I think it's called. All right, now we're going to highlight our brow bone, and I'm going to go in with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to use this color called Beam right here. I just lied to you. So this is Enlight, this is Beam. Enlight has a little less yellow than Beam does, so I am going to go in with this one just because I think it will go better with the purples. Then going in with my Morphe E36 brush, I am going to put this on the inner corners of my eye. So even that, to me, it gives you a good highlight, but for some reason it is not meshing well. So I am going to put another color on the inner corner, and I'm going to go back into this little palette that I used from Sephora for my lid color, and I'm going to put this guy on the inner corner because it's got more silver and it's a lighter silver, and I just think it's going to tie in better to the entire eye look. Then going to take the Stila mascara, and I'm going to put a coat of mascara on my bottom lashes. Alright, so we are now all done with the eyes, and we are going to finish up the face. So I'm going in first with my Tarte bronzer in Park Avenue Princess, and this is the matte version. I will be putting it all over the perimeters of my face using the Morphe E53 brush. Next, we're going to go in with blush, and we are using the Tarte Amazonian 12-hour clay brush blush. It's a long name. I can't remember the whole name. But the color is Risque. Next, we're going to go in with highlighter, and I'm going to be using the L'Oreal highlighter in Charming Pink. I will be using a Morphe M501 brush to put this on the high points of my cheeks, staying below my eye bags, because we do not want to highlight that darkness. Next, we're going to be setting these eyebrows with the NYX Control Freak Clear Eyebrow Gel. Now going in with my Urban Decay Makeup Setting Spray, De-Slick Setting Spray for oil control. Next, we are going to dry that with my fan that I got from Amazon. So, not forgetting the pore lips, which I almost did, I'm going to be using Amaretto Lip Crayon by Bite Beauty. The lip gloss that I'm going to be using on top of that is from Marc Jacobs, and it's in the color Skin Deep. So I'm going to go brush my hair. I'll be back though. Alright people, so this is the finished